I'm very glad to be invited to just give some introductory remarks on this subject of how we mobilize men and boys in preventing and ending violence against women and girls. And I think the big challenge is to make men and boys allies in this fight. This is the challenge because this is actually not only a question of freedom and dignity for the women, it's also a question basically about the freedom and dignity of man.
Men's and boys' violence against women and girls is often rooted in stereotypic perceptions of what constitutes male and female behavior and what attitudes men and boys ought to have towards women. It is therefore imperative to question traditional masculinity roles that link men and masculinity to power, competition, and domination instead of to care and equality, and also to actively promote non-violent masculinities. This is easily said, but not very easily done.
Preventing actions and engaging men and boys is particularly important when working with issues relating to sexual and reproductive health and rights. To prevent violence against women and girls, we need to engage men and boys. And that's very good to see that we have two gender equality ministers who are men, and that's showing as well that it's not just women issue, it's the issue of all human beings.
In our countries, the notion that we are actually gender equal is very common, and it makes it hard to move forward because we know that we have many challenges still. We have to fight for the rights that have been achieved sometimes. For instance, parental leave in Norway. Well, this sounds very strange to a lot of people, I know that, but this is something we have in common, that we have earmarked some of the parental leave for men only, or for the fathers.
We have done, and we are having a lot of success in the Nordic countries, like you are saying. In Denmark also we have seen a great decline in the amount of female victims of violence, and that's, I think, a very, very big success. And we have done the same thing as you've been talking about. We have programs for social workers, law enforcement, and so on. But I think the biggest step has been that we actually have been able, the last couple of years, to change the attitude when we are talking about men's violence against women, because we have been able to break down the taboo. This is not any private matter anymore. This is a matter for everybody.
It has long been clear that gender equality, the promotion and protection of women's rights, and working on preventive measures against gender-based violence requires a political strategy that mobilizes men in changing gender relations. Therefore, a distinctive focus set on greater involvement of men in gender equality work will remain a method to reach the aim of gender equality.